Hey and welcome to another exciting episode of Game Night. I'm your host, Jeffrey Visser, and once again I'm playing the neo-noir third-person shooter, LA Noire. In the last episode we finished the third case in Vice Narcotics, the setup. Now it is time to play the next case, the Naked City, for the second time because of some major technical difficulties. The Naked
187 at 5810 Murata Avenue. Homicide wants you over there. The coroner thinks the broad was whacked using the army morphine. Don't say anything, Roy.
Just
get over there.
Alright, I will.
I was door knocking all morning, but I got a make on the car in the end.
Run downstairs.
What's with that getup of yours anyway? I should start introducing us as Detective Earl, and this is my science teacher, Mr. Phelps.
Your interest
Science
in my appearance
teacher.
is starting to get me worrying.
I am
Like it or
not
not,
your
we're a
science
dysfunctional
teacher.
couple now. People judge me with you on my arm same way they would a fat broad with a 5 o'clock shadow.
I really hope you're joking, Roy.
Well, he probably is not. Or Earl's a dick, Cole. You should know that by now. Even I do.
You seem distracted. We recovered the morphine. Some of it might be unaccounted for, so what?
Oh, you can.
What are you doing?
Look at that!
Closing one case opens another.
Do you have any idea what is really going on while we're wasting our time following this stuff?
Are you going to tell me?
The deals being done right now will change the face of LA forever, and we're wasting our time on some hump.
Someone's little
Yes,
girl.
so?
Visit the morgue at the end of the month when the John and Jane Does are cremated. Their percentages. The odds for and against lightning striking.
Murder scene. 2:25 p.m. Hi. Shut your face. Hi, Bukowski.
Bukowski, you made homicide.
That I did. Good to see you, Phelps.
You two want a hug? Or can we get on with this?
Relax, Rusty.
Just shut your face.
26
Rusty.
years old, fashion model. Found in the tub by the cleaning lady, Mrs. Reynoldson. She called it in.
We heard Carruthers thinks...
Carruthers likes to make work for people. Overdose of sleeping pills. Falls asleep in the tub. Rest in peace. Case closed.
Here, here. Mal is 100% that it's murder.
Do you mind if I take a look around?
Sure. Go right ahead.
Rusty, you have always been wrong. In all of the homicide cases we did. Let's just look at the body first.
Phelps? Mal, we've had a look around.
No, we have
Rusty
not.
thinks it's a waste of time.
Jeez.
What's your theory?
Come on, Mal. Tell us why we were dragged down here.
If the victim was alive when she entered the tub, water would have entered her lungs. The water is violently churned in the windpipe as she drowns. The result is that a lot of foam is generated. This foam is found at the mouth and nostrils in almost all cases of real drowning. Notice anything about our Vic?
May I took a look?
Be my guest.
I don't see any.
Take a closer look at her head and neck.
Her neck is bruised pretty badly.
That sounds bad. Jeez. I don't know if you can hear it, but I sure can. Oh, nice
A
ring.
very unusual ring.
Give me that.
I could be wrong, but it looks like a black sapphire.
Give me that. Give me that.
Bruising on the forearms, and these look like bite marks.
Nice.
Very good. The eyes are a classic sign of morphine, and the bruises tell their own story. I think one man held her down and another held her arm and injected her. They put her in the bath to try to cover it as a drowning.
And spread a trail of barbiturates.
Take a look around outside on your way out and see if you can find the syrettes. It would make my theory.
And morphine would have been very quick, and there wouldn't have been much of a struggle.
Okay, so find two guys who recently bought syrettes and weren't junkies, and you might be onto something.
This is her in these photos?
Or they might be Jenkins as well, but they just decided to
Yes. I...
delete or clear out any evidence.
Like that? Maybe she was having trouble with the
What am I
Looks
saying?
like barbiturates.
I don't know.
got her heart broken.
Barbiturates.
Couldn't take it anymore.
It sure does,
So she
Cole.
ran herself a bath and down some pills, and then she just drifted off.
What is this? A medicine case?
Julie, she
Barbiturates.
had so much
What else is rattling around in this thing?
so much drive.
Well, further investigates.
I'm sorry.
Stupid.
Not to be very clear.
We should speak to her doctor.
There.
Prescribing both drugs would make her life a roller coaster.
Take one capsule after a meal, once daily.
This is all top end of town stuff.
Jeez.
Gives us somewhere to look.
Empty. Enhance. More empty. Yep. I had a feeling I could do these as well.
Beautiful girl. Her clothes certainly aren't from the Sears catalog.
Enhance on the emptiness. So this one.
Could have been a modeling assignment.
Sure could.
It's
The
place to
scene-
start.
6582 Hollywood Boulevard. I'm working Tuesday, 11 to 4 p.m. Come keep me company. Ask from Miss Randall. Julia. Who was this for? Weren't she Miss Randall? If I... Oh, the chime. Hello, Miss Woman.
I'm Detective Phelps. I'm here to try and help Julia. Do you mind answering some questions?
Virginia Reynoldson, I'm just so shocked. I feel like there's something I should be doing, someone I should call.
We can make those calls, ma'am. Who needs to be notified?
That's just it. I don't know. Miss Julie doesn't have any family in town. Someone has to set her affairs in order. Mr. Henderson, maybe? Who else is there? I don't know.
If you give the details to the other detectives, ma'am,
Who's
they can
Mr.
try and get in
Henderson?
contact. Was Miss Randall depressed about something? Upset?
No more than normal.
What about that?
What are you hiding here, Mrs. Reynoldson? Julia was obviously disturbed about something.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Depression.
She was taking barbiturates. She couldn't sleep. You must have seen them in her room.
You've seen the pillbox, the things she hid in there. I don't know how she supported herself. Always new clothes and jewelry. She lived like a movie star. A princess. Does modeling really pay that well?
Did Miss Randall
How
have
would I
many
know?
friends visit?
I'm not sure. I only come around twice a week.
There is more.
Men friends, Mrs. Reynoldson.
Oops.
Spill it.
I will not spread gossip about Miss Julia. She was very nice to me.
I don't care if she was the Virgin Mary's sister. Who was she humping? You changed the sheets.
You're disgusting. If you're going to take that tone, I won't answer any more questions.
Can I redo the question? Aw. Come on, please.
What
Crap.
was it like working for Miss Randall?
Perfectly fine, officer.
What are you hiding?
Mrs. Reynoldson, it seems like there's something you want to tell me.
She was very high-strung. Lovely one moment and screaming at you the next. She wanted it all, and she wanted it damn quick. Of course, being so beautiful, it seemed like she was going to get it. the way it's turned out, though, is it?
Well,
Thanks,
she
Mrs. Reynolds.
got
You've
her
been very
one-way
helpful.
ticket to
One of
heaven
the other detectives will take your statement, and then you can go home.
quite soon. A lot of people have to wait a lot longer for it.
Stefan, Rusty, we'll take a look around outside and then follow up these leads. Can you get some guys to run down the jacket?
Well,
You think
guess I
Carruthers has
can.
called it right?
He rarely gets it wrong.
I don't know. I'm with Galloway. I've met enough girls in my time who can't handle their dope.
We were supposed to look at the morphine if you can find the cigarette, right? Let's just...
Circumstantial.
Crap. Oh, but what is this? Oh yeah, there we
Mal
go.
will be pleased.
Well, that's hardly conclusive, given the number of those things we've come across recently.
The autopsy will confirm it one way or another.
I think our work is done here.
So do I. I don't want to look in any more garbage bins. Ever. Dude! Are you an idiot? I use this thing. Alright, where are we headed? Let's take a look at the doctor thingamajiggy. Or the doctor's practice.
Bukowski, Galloway, quite the little reunion in there. Almost brought a tear to my eye.
They're good police.
How would you know? You got promoted so fast you barely had time to learn their names. Let me fill you in. Bukowski's a pushover. Galloway's a drunk.
You could learn a thing or two from both of them.
Please. They couldn't work a vice case if their life depended on it.
I don't see why they'd be any better or worse at it than me.
I noticed you said better. Hubris disguised as humility. Kind of your trademark, don't you think?
Why do you always twist everything? Galloway's got nothing to prove. He's been on homicide for years.
And he's welcome to it. You're a terrier, Phelps, and that's what I need. Not some old bulldog who can't get up a flight of stairs without coughing up his lunch.
Dr. Stoneman's practice. 14 minutes to 3 p.m. Absolutely fireproof. Let's set it on fire. See what happens. And you work just
I
like,
swear, if we locked up every doctor in this town,
Bukowski
Vice
did.
would be able to work half
Yeah.
days.
fallen idol case. Oh well. 505. Gold door handle.
Yes, sir, your name?
LAPD. We'd like to see Dr. Stoneman.
Dr. Stoneman is with a patient. Would you like to wait?
No, we wouldn't. Tell him we want to see him now.
There's no need to be rude.
Save it, sister.
Dr.
I'm just
Stoneman,
being
I have
honest. I
some
wouldn't want to wait.
gentlemen from the LAPD here to see you.
Send them in, please. I'll see this patient again after they've left.
Thank you.
Your investigation? Dr. Stoneman, we are investigating the death of one of your patients, Julia Randall.
I'm very sorry to hear that.
Do you mind if we ask you some questions about Ms. Randall?
Not if it doesn't compromise doctor-patient privilege, Detective.
What kind of privilege?
How well did you know Miss Randall?
Barely at all. She'd only been a patient 6 months or so.
Lies.
Julia Randall has been your patient for nearly a year. I'm sure you know that.
Do you doubt my veracity, Detective? Do you have access to my patient records?
No, but I got the Benzedrine prescription in July 46.
Your prescriptions contradict you, Doctor.
It's probably
Miss
October
Randall
or
was
September.
in the fashion business, as you
47
probably know.
right now.
She was jumped up on Benzedrine by day and knocked down by sleeping pills at night. I told her to slow up, but no. Life was too short for her.
And you supplied the prescription for the Benzedrine.
It's not illegal, Detective. A lot of young women in her line of work use it for weight loss.
I don't.
You wrote Julia Randall a prescription for Benzedrine. How can you account for that?
Miss Randall was in the fashion business. She wanted to control her weight.
There's more.
Benzedrine is addictive, as I'm sure you know, Doctor.
As I warned her, but she was determined. She said she needed it to control her appetite.
Sounds like you knew her pretty well.
I knew the line of work she was involved in.
That'll be all for now, Dr. Stoneman. We'll be in touch.
Have you noticed how croakers only pull out the physician-patient privilege card when they got something to hide?
There are certain things people have a right to keep private.
Until it gets in the way of police work. And it's only private when it suits them. A couple of drinks and every doctor I've met will spill your darkest secrets in a heartbeat.
2:58 p.m. Hi, welcome.
Well, hello. What can I help you with today?
Try on a dress.
LAPD, ma'am.
I hope I haven't done anything wrong.
No, ma'am. We're making some inquiries about Julia Randall. Does she work here?
No, I had to let her go. Is she in some sort of trouble?
She was found dead this morning.
Thank you.
How long had Julia worked as a model?
Well, she worked in New York before coming here. She was a very beautiful girl.
All right.
Could you tell us why you let Miss Randall go?
Husbands sometimes come in here with their wives. When Julia Randall modeled, the husbands were often more interested in her than they were their wives' dresses. The wives weren't happy, and neither was I.
Did she have any close friends here?
Actually, yes. Heather Swanson. Would you like to speak with her?
I'd like that very much. Please don't inform her about Miss Randall's death.
Very well, officer. Heather, these gentlemen are from the LAPD.
I'm Detective Phelps. This is Detective Earl. I understand that you worked with Julia Randall, Miss Swanson?
Yes. Julia helped me get my job here.
Oh, nice.
She's not in any kind of trouble, is she?
She's a hellraiser, isn't she? Lives a fast life.
Oh, no. Maybe Mrs. Stanley would call her that, but I wouldn't. She's full of life, a wonderful company.
That's a lovely engagement ring.
Do you like it? Henry gave it to
I'm
me.
very interested in engagement rings. Do you mind if I take a closer look?
I guess.
That's some pearl, Miss Swanson. Would have cost Henry a fortune. He must really love you.
Looks good.
How did you meet Julia?
I was introduced through my fiancé, Henry Arnett.
All right.
Henry is your beau. Tell us about him.
Yes, he is. Henry has a fashion business. He and Julia have been friends for years.
Are Miss Randall and Mr. Henderson engaged?
Who's he?
What is that?
She was wearing a sapphire engagement ring. Someone must have given it to her.
She never mentioned a man named Henderson to me.
Jeez.
That's all for now, Miss Swanson. Could you ask your fiancé to visit Hollywood Police Station? It would be very helpful to our inquiry.
Now, wait a moment. I don't think I'll pass on that message until you tell me why you're asking all these questions.
Julia Randall was found dead this morning.
What? Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, I can't believe it. She was so full of life.
And now she's completely empty. Fraps, what's 47?
Phelps, 1247.
You're changing it up, are you?
How could I help, Detective?
Are there any messages for me?
Yes, Detective. The coroner's been asking to speak to you. I can connect the call if you like.
Please, thank you. Al?
Cole, can you get over here? I just finished the autopsy.
Good.
Sure thing, Mal. We'll be right over.
Alright, let's visit Malcolm Carruthers. However, we will have to do so in the next episode, which will magically appear in your subscription box or on your YouTube homepage next Thursday. But until then, my name is Visser and I thank you for watching this episode of Game Night. I'll see you on Thursday.